High pressure is growing around New Zealand. Kia ora, hello, I'm Philip Duncan, and thanks for joining us for our Thursday update, recorded on the 30th of January. One more day to go, and then we're into February already. Let's have a look and see what's going on. A lot of high pressure around on the map today, but because it's not perfectly over the top of us, we do have a little bit of wet weather. It's this line here, this convergence zone between the high pressure up here to the north and high pressure over here in the southern Tasman Sea. The two winds kind of meet in between, and you see this line, that's where we're seeing a line of showers or kind of patchy rain. And over the next day or so, it's stuck between these two highs, so we'll see a few showers around central parts of the country, but nothing too excessive for the most part. That high pressure zone is dominating. So let's have a look at the Friday forecast, the final day of January, and we've got high pressure out here over the Chatham Islands, up here to the northeast of the North Island, and we've got weaker high pressure over the South Island. And so we do still see that line of showers around, possibly getting a little bit heavier into the afternoon with the daytime heating, and there might also be a couple of isolated showers that form elsewhere. So keep an eye on that rain radar if rain matters to you on Friday. Going into Saturday, still same kind of setup as Friday. So we kick off February in a very similar way to how we end January, with a few showers around here and there. One or two might become heavy into the afternoon. Now this high pressure zone out around Tasmania is going to bring in this cooler airflow. So you can see this cold front coming out of the south. That is going to brush Fiordland and Stewart Island and Southland as you go into the afternoon, with a cooler change coming in behind it. Not a major one though. But as that high moves into the South Island on Sunday, that cooler airflow comes in and along the eastern coastline. So we will see showers along the eastern side of both main islands, temperatures dropping a little bit going into Sunday, and those showers could become heavy again into the afternoon, daytime heating playing a part of that. But this next high pressure zone coming in, and it does keep most places dry. Up here in the tropics, you can see this new area of low pressure. In our Australian video today, we've got a map that shows low pressure all the way from about Fiji way out over to Madagascar Island, or Madagascar I should say. So that is a huge part of the planet, seeing low pressure all up in the tropics. So some of that low pressure is building to our north, and we'll be watching that very closely going into next week. But high pressure in the New Zealand area is still very much in control, centred out here over the Tasman Sea and also east of Wellington. So that gives most of the country dry weather, light winds. Any showers look isolated. Meanwhile, you've got low pressure all around the tropics, the Coral Sea, around Vanuatu, and also near Tonga and the Cook Islands. This low here to our northeast, worth keeping an eye on. It deepens a lot further into next week, but it is well offshore based on the modelling at this stage. It would take this high pressure zone to dramatically change shape for those low pressure zones to come in towards us, but it's always possible. The highest chance for a low to come down is on either side of these high pressure systems. And so when they're smack bang over the top of us, they tend to sit up there, a little bit like an egg being balanced on a roof. It'll sort of either sit up there perfectly or it'll go off either side of that high pressure zone. So for now, this looks more like a Cook Islands problem. They've got another low here left behind around Fiji, and then more low pressure swamping the top of Australia. Their latest monsoon season ever is arriving now at the top of Australia. So look, New Zealand's mostly dry over the next week, but there's a lot of energy around us. Take a look at our final map here. Big storm down in the Southern Ocean, a possible tropical cyclone off Western Australia, low pressure and heavy rain, possible flooding around Townsville and Bowen, and more low pressure up around the tropics. And we're protected, this cocoon of high pressure, which is going to give us proper summer weather. For the people who have not liked the windier, cooler, cloudier weather, you've got hotter, drier, calmer weather coming in, and by the time we get to the middle of the next week, windy nor'westers coming through, although got to point out there's a cold snap coming back into Tasmania. So we're seeing a very active Southern Ocean still. It has calmed down a wee bit over the next week, picks back up again middle of next week, but the tropics are now looking a lot more active, so I think more attention will be going up there. That's all from me for today. See you again tomorrow, Friday, with our next update.